Ian Anderson isn't just one of the top high school pitchers in Section 2 or even New York State, but he has one of the top high school arms anywhere in the country. Anderson's expected to take his mid-90s fastball to Vanderbilt next year unless he gets a pro offer too good to pass up. That decision will likely come next year, but right now, after winning a gold medal for Team USA, he's more or less shut down the arm for the winter before beginning his senior season with the Plainsmen in the spring. And we are joined by Ian Anderson in studio. Ian, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Vanderbilt, you made the decision about 13 months ago. What kind of a whirlwind has it been for you over the last year and change?
It's been crazy since then, but getting the college decision out of the way has really kind of made it a little bit easier. But it's still something that I wouldn't change for anything, and it's a once in a lifetime experience.
Take me back to the beginning and when you first started playing baseball. Does baseball run in the family? Obviously, your dad was a coach for a long time.
Yeah, I've had a ball in my hand for a while, and
yeah.
I've been pitching for a while, but it's always been part of my life with my dad coaching, obviously, and having someone like Ben to always be there and play catch with me. I think that's really helped me develop as a player.
Ben, your twin brother, and was it something that the two of you were always playing baseball together growing up?
Yeah, actually the first year he didn't play. He didn't want to play, and I kind of got him into it a little bit, and it's been a huge part of our lives ever since then.
What do you think it is about the sport that you fell in love with?
Just what you have to bring every day to be successful. A lot of people only see pitchers out there once every 5 days, but there's just so much more work that people don't necessarily see that really determines whether or not you're going to be successful.
Did you always want to be a pitcher?
Yeah. Once I realized I couldn't really hit, that's when I decided I wanted to be a pitcher. So, personally, I would not want to face myself, but I joke around about that all the time.
Yeah, I guess were you bothered by that, disgruntled by the fact that you couldn't hit? Were you trying to become a better hitter? Were you like, you know what, forget it, let me just focus on pitching?
I still enjoy hitting a little bit, but my sophomore year at Shen, I realized that I could really benefit the team pitching-wise. So, that's just kind of the way it happened, and, I'm thankful that that situation came.
How hard can you throw now? What's your fastball sitting at?
I've been up to 95, probably sit anywhere from 90 to 93.
And where was it, let's say, 2 years ago?
Sophomore year was probably low 80s, maybe touching like 86, 87. So it's jumped a pretty good amount since then.
Yeah, and so we're talking almost 10 miles an hour in a couple of years, which explains how you went from, when you're throwing 86, 87 as a sophomore, obviously there are going to be Division I colleges that are paying attention. But now you're being talked about as one of the top high school prospects anywhere in the country. How did you make that jump from where you were as a sophomore to where you are now?
I think part of it was my body maturing. And I've been working with Coach Lansley a lot, our pitching coach over at Shen. He's really helped me out. I've been working out with Leo Corvino at Corvino Performance. That's really helped out my strength and velocity, I really think.
Did you think maybe as a freshman or a sophomore, were you already thinking, I'd like to pitch in college, I'd like to pitch professionally someday, or did those dreams kind of come on over the past year or two when your career was really started to take off?
When I was a sophomore, towards the end of the year, that's when I started, getting some offers from colleges, and that's when I really realized that I wanted to pitch at the next level. Whether that be college or professional baseball, whatever opportunity comes to me.
When did you first have that opportunity to maybe make the USA team for the World Cup? I know there were qualification processes, but when did you first find out it was possible?
I was sitting in my bed one night, and I got a call from the director. And he asked me if I wanted to try out, and obviously, that was a no-brainer. And so, that's when it really started. And then we went to North Carolina for 2 weeks. They cut players down. Then we had a long break where we went to some other events, and we reconvened in California, and that's when they made the final cuts to make the team.
And then not only did you make that team, but then you went and won a gold medal. What was that experience like to represent USA and to win it all?
Yeah, that's really the main part I took away from it, was representing the country. Not many guys get that chance, and I may never get that chance again. So, it was something I took a lot of pride in, and it was just great that we came out with the gold medal. And I mean, but the experiences and the growth that I took away from that is, you know, something you can't get anywhere else.
Was there ever a surreal moment when you're pitching in Japan and thinking about what's at stake, and you're like, I can't believe that I'm here right now?
Yeah, a little bit, but you know, at the end of the day, it's still playing the game that I love to play, and so I really just had to refocus and look at the task that is in front of me.
Well, like most kids, I played Little League. My career ended much sooner than yours. When I was maybe about 10 or 11 years old, that's when I peaked. I was a tall first baseman, so defensively I was okay. I could never really hit the ball, so I wanted to see how I'd match up against Ian's fastball. And now here we are, Plainsman Park in Shenendehowa, and I've got an idea, Ian. 3 pitches. I want to see if I can just make contact. Does that seem fair?
That definitely seems fair.
All right, so what kind of pitches are you throwing these days?
Fastball, curveball, and changeup.
Huh. Do you have like a soft toss lob in your repertoire?
Today, yeah.
That's the one I'll be looking for. All right, for safety, I've got the helmet because I'm not convinced I'm actually going to see the ball as it goes by, let alone be able to get out of the way. Yep. Oh. I feel like that was a little bit high, but I was not prepared to swing. All right, what did that look like from out there? That was up, right?
Yeah, that was the ball.
So if anything, that was just really a great eye on my part.
It was.
Oh! I was swinging for the fences that time. That was it. That was the one I should have hit. Come on. Maybe get one more here.
One more? All right.
I got it. Ah! I'd like to believe that I just missed, and I'd like to believe that that was your 95-mile-an-hour fastball, but let's be honest, it wasn't.
No, but I mean, put some good swings up there.
Well,
so.
Even if that's not true, I appreciate you saying it. How hard do you really think you were throwing? How fast was that?
Probably low 70s, maybe 75.
Can't even imagine tacking another 20 miles an hour onto that. Now, because here you are as a senior throwing 95 miles an hour, there's a lot of buzz that you could be a first-round draft pick in the Major League Draft next year. How much do you allow yourself to think about that and therefore think about the possibilities where if I am a high draft pick, do I go to Vanderbilt or do I start my professional career?
You know, right now I'm not thinking about it too much. I know it's going to be a tough decision down the line, but you know, I'm trying to enjoy my senior year of high school, and you know, I'm definitely going to talk to Garrett and someone that's been through it and just see what they were thinking and how they went through the process.
You mentioned Garrett Whitley, who was a senior at Niskayuna last year, and you guys faced off a couple of times. What was that like when you and Garrett are going head-to-head, and you've got dozens of MLB scouts there? It was just a really interesting moment, really, for the Capital Region.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was big for baseball around here. You know, I know we have a ton of good players around here, a ton of college players, college-level players. So I think it really just brought some notoriety to Shenendehowa baseball and Niskayuna baseball and the Northeast in general for as far as baseball goes.
And then Garrett went on to be a first-round draft pick of the Tampa Bay Rays. Have you talked to Garrett much since you started his pro career?
Not too much, but I've talked to people that know him, and you know, everyone seems to tell me the same thing, just how hardworking he was and how he went about it the right way. And so, you know, I think that's really going to translate at the next level for him.
We've got Garrett to lean on for that advice who's been there. You've got your family to talk to, and that includes Ben, who we mentioned earlier, your twin brother. I know you and Ben are very close, so close, in fact, that it's really hard to tell you guys apart sometimes, and Brittany Devane has more on that.
Thanks, Kelly. Ian and Ben Anderson are attached at the hip, and as you might imagine, at times it gets pretty confusing for friends and family to tell them apart. Earlier today, I sat down with both Andersons to find out what it's like having a twin that not only shares your looks, but your baseball DNA as well.
So here we have Ian and Ben Anderson, or so they tell me, because I would have no way of confirming if that's true or not. You guys look so much alike. Have you ever tried to purposely fool teachers, classmates, family?
No, never, I don't think.
Has it ever crept into your mind on a test day?
Yeah, definitely. He's always been smarter than me, still to this day, but, so, I mean, I've thought about it, but I've never actually put it into action.
Is there any way that friends or family say that they can tell you apart?
I'm a little bit taller than him, so that gives it away a little bit.
Now, does Coach ever get you guys confused? And if he's ever mad at you, do you pretend that you're Ben?
Yeah, all the time it happens, and we kind of have a running joke on the team that, kids will call me Ben, kids will call him Ian all the time, and it's funny. It keeps the guys loose. So, it's his mishap, but we take it and we have fun with it.
Now, what about batters or opposing team members? Does it ever take them a second to say, "Oh, this is so and so"?
Yeah, that actually happens to us all the time. That's when we used to play basketball up until high school, and we'd always have two kids guarding one of us, and the other one would be wide open. So, it'd be pretty funny, things like that.
That's pretty strategic.
I know, I know it is. So.
Any benefits to having a twin?
Yeah, there's a lot. You always have someone to be there for you, and always have someone to hang out with. So it's nice.
And to catch your pitches.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, always have a catcher.
We're always outside, playing catch and stuff like that, and helping each other out with our games and stuff.
He caught for you all growing up.
Yeah.
Has he ever said, pointed out, "Oh, this is what I think you could do better on this pitch," or anything like that?
Yeah, all the time, and I trust him a lot, and he's starting to become a pitcher now, so I love helping him out with that.
You've just been starting pitching for just a couple years now, so how much did you pick up on what he does?
Definitely a lot. We'd be just out in the yard having a catch. He'd help me out with some mechanical stuff, and he's just always there to help motivate me.
So obviously you guys are confused quite a bit. How close are you? Do you spend a lot of time together when you're not playing baseball?
Yeah, we spend a lot of time together. We're always sitting around talking, and we'll go out in the yard all the time and play catch, and we really help each other out a lot. In school he helps me out a lot, and I try to do the same for him in baseball. So.
I know there are a lot of siblings that are close, and especially twins, it seems like, that want to try and go to college together. Was that ever a thought, or did you guys kind of decide early on that you're going to do your thing and he's going to do his?
At first it was kind of a thought, but we realized that we wanted each other to be successful, and these are two of the chances that we have to do that. So it was kind of a no-brainer decision for us.
All right. Well, Ian, best of luck to you and to Ben and the rest of the Plainsmen next season in your senior year, and we'll continue to follow your career after that as well.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And you know what? I might have had a better chance trying to hit that fastball, or kind of fastball, if I had a samurai sword. I'll explain that coming up next.